I'm just
watch it in the arena.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll see it at some point.
Yeah.
At the baseball stadium. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's just jacked up. And if you really want to go through, if you're one of those people who like to 100% a game, you go through and start finding the newspapers.
That was my favorite part of the game. I really, really got into like the lore of the game. I was like like into it, and so anytime like I saw that like little flashing like newspaper thing, I got so excited. I was like, okay, I'd run over there and like be so excited just to read. Like
definitely, and you start reading those papers, and this is a kind of fictional what if, but at the same time, you start reading some of that, and you start thinking, this is actually the thought processing in North Korea right now.
Yeah, and they did such a good job, from a writing standpoint of making it, somewhat believable. Like this stuff. North Korea, like we can't imagine them, invading America and all that stuff and being that powerful. But if you go past that, just like the kind of things that happen with like America's economy and the way they kind of set the groundwork for all this to happen, you could kind of you see it could be possible, and
it could be any. I mean, honestly, if we put it this way, it could be any European country, it could be any country from the Middle East, it could be China, it could be anybody, and. It could it could be Canada for all we know. I mean,
damn Canadians.
They could come in and they can invade us.
Right.
We are not immune to being invaded. So it's you say somewhat believable, and I'm actually thinking it's more that it is absolutely believable, right? Because it's happened everywhere else in the world. Why not?
The story really tends to hit home, but I mean. Some of the animations you might notice a little bit of drinking around and everything, but it's just with the nice voice works, and you can stop and talk to some people in the camps and all, and it just you feel like you really want to fight in it. You want to go to the action. You want to go it right now because this is just just so you just want to fight for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it just really pulls you in.
Yes.
And not very many games have done that lately.
When you get into your camp. The first time you get in there, if you just walk around and you listen to the people talking, you hear some of their conversations. And, it's one of those things that kind of brings you in a little bit further. Mm-hmm. Or seeing, in one area they have, like a wall where there's news clippings and stuff. There's also, if you look close enough, you'll start to see a little bit of a missing persons area, too.
Mm.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and when you start getting into it, stuff starts pulling at you. It's not like, you're not looking at Halo. You're not looking at... stuff like that where it's like, oh, we gotta save the planet, blah, 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 march, go. Mm-hmm. This is one that actually kind of hits you on a different level that you just think, wow, this game is jacked up.
Yeah, the main characters do have a few kind of campy lines, but I mean, if you like Resident Evil and stuff, I mean, it's still, you tend to like it.
It's not quite that cheese.
Do you guys ever watch that TV show Jericho?
Yeah, actually...
It kind of reminded me of that, just that sense of, I guess, like, hopelessness and just like, they had that, you had your like small, like little, like headquarters, and it in that little area, people were trying to like live as normal as they possibly could outside of this madness that was surrounding them.
Yeah,
and
that's home.
And I loved Jericho, and it kind of. Reminding me of that, and I love like all of these like post apocalyptic like stories and stuff. So I really got into Homefront, and I actually went and bought the book. I haven't started reading it yet, but I'm really I want to know more about it, and so the game was good. A lot of the criticisms that are out there were is extremely linear. You're basically just following a guy the entire time, and years ago I may not have liked that so much, but now, like where I don't have, hours and hours every single day to play a video game, I almost appreciate that in a way, just to kind of be like led along and going through like, this process. It's fun for me, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm honestly past the random killing thing. If I want to do that, I'll pop in Just Cause 2.
Right.
For me, it's, it's the point where, same with you, I've got a busy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I play sports. I mean, I'm a big hockey guy. Everyone's seen that, I've had AHL experience and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I go do all that, and it's like, I don't have time to sit there and spend years and years just shooting stuff.
Right.
You know, I mean, if I want to spend a long time on a game, I'm going to play an RPG. I'm going to play something that, you know, I've got to grind out. I'm tired of shooters where it's just waves of people, which there is one area in Homefront that's like that. But
I do like hordes myself.
Yeah, well,
I love easy to dispatch hordes just by the pile loads. I just love that.
Yeah, but there's a point where you just get tired of it, and you're like, okay, I want to get to the next part now. I don't want to just keep shooting people. If I'm shooting people, what am I shooting at?
Yeah, Serious Sam got a little tiring after a while, but it still has a nice place in my heart.
Yeah. But it's funny that you mentioned Jericho. Basically, you know, if we want THQ to make a Homefront sequel, we should just send them a bunch of peanuts.
That was so awesome. I love.
I'll do it.
I love that they did that. That was funny.
Salted or unsalted?
Salted. They're preserved more.
That's funny. Okay. I used to run a website. We were actually talking earlier about it, SegaNerds.com. And we came really close to starting this huge campaign. It would have been awesome, but we were going to go based off that idea for Jericho about sending peanuts. But what we were going to try to do, we were going to try to have this big Shenmue 3 campaign.
I knew you were going to say Shenmue. I knew it.
And what we were going to do is, if you ever played Shenmue, one of the big things within the game was you would go and go in like these little quarter machines, and you get these like little figures, and they come in those like little I don't know what you call them, like the little
Gashapon.
Yeah, those like little like little boxes or whatever, like the little plastic boxes.
I get addicted to those.
Yeah, and so what we were going to do is we were just going to start this big campaign where we're going to send like those little boxes to Sega, and you know, like it was all going to be like Shenmue themed, and like they'd know, like, look, we want another Shenmue game, and you know, and we just couldn't get the logistics, you know, planned out correctly, but that would have been really cool, and you know, so it kind of died out.
Sega has taken care of me, so. Sega took care of me with Yakuza. That's all I gotta say.
You know, I don't have a PS3, so I haven't been able to play it, but I want one so bad.
If you have a PS2, go find Yakuza 1 and 2.
I played the first Yakuza, and I had a lot of fun with it, but
it gets better and better. I just got 4. My head is gonna explode.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I never played those myself.
Dude, if you like Shenmue, pick them up. You'll see a lot of similarities. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the characters in the very first Yakuza that I played were just so much fun. Like the bad guys and stuff, I really enjoyed it. It was really cool, and the tattoos in the game is probably the best I've ever seen in any game ever.
It gets better, and in 4 you actually play as 4 different characters, including the original character all the way through. So.
Oh, nice.
Definitely, but yeah, it's really. So, what have you been playing, Chris?
You know what? This week has been like really busy for me, college and stuff. But I've still been trying to finish up Red Faction. I last Friday I got really into the achievement weekend. And, I had I think 725 achievements from Homefront, and so I was like, well, crap, I need 4,300 almost. And so I ended up buying Red Faction because that was a game I bought on the Xbox when it first came out, and I never really got to play it too much. And I love the Red Faction series. I played it ever since the very first one on the PS2.
Yeah.
So I started playing that again, and I just got really into it. I'm like, this game is amazing. Like, I love being able just to go into a building with that sledgehammer and just bust up the whole damn thing. And I love going in. I just love the physics. Like I go and find all the different load bearing walls, basically knock them down, and then I try to run out real quick and just watch the whole thing crumble down. And it's really neat. And it's almost kind of similar to the whole Homefront thing, where you're a part of a resistance and you're fighting back against this oppressive force, and so I really get into that kind of thing, and I think that's one of the things that drew me in with Red Faction. So I played a lot of that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the 5,000 points. I think I ended up finishing with 3,300 or something like that.
You got the 50% off,
right?
Didn't you?
Yes, I got the 50% off, and I was hoping that they were going to drop some pretty good deals, and they ended up doing that with the Easter egg hunt. But with the $5 Friday, I got really cheap, And so I got Mafia 2 was the $5 Friday game this week.
You got it for $2.
Yeah, basically after taxes, I got it for $2.67. So I used my 50% off coupon for that, and I haven't been able to play it yet, but I've heard some really good things about it, so I'm really excited.
Mafia is a lot of fun. I love driving cars in the snow. But,
You said I saw you say something about that in the forums. So
oh yeah,
is it just like the physics of it, like it completely changes or something?
You know, I mean, you're not going to get like a Gran Turismo thing out of it, but when you're driving around, it is actually a lot of fun to just come around there and sliding around on the snow. When you take you can turn the limiter on the car to make it stop at 40 or go over. Sit there and I turn the limiter off. I go as fast as I can, and then I just try to take a bend as fast as I can. I'm like drifting this old like 50s, this old like 20s car just around corners. It's great. It's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't had a chance to play Mafia 2 out there, definitely get it. Be it if you're going to do it on sale. I mean, tomorrow being this Sunday, they're still doing one more day of the Easter egg hunt for the 75% off coupons.
Yeah.
But I mean,
tomorrow's like the 24th, yeah.
Yeah, there was the actual Easter day, I believe.
Yeah.
But dude, Mafia 2. It is a lot of fun. It's a little bit more linear than Gran Turismo or not Gran Turismo. Sorry, a Grand Theft Auto or whatever like that. But it's one of those games where you get in there. The graphics aren't the most amazing; they're still really good. But it comes down to listening to conversations of people. If you kill somebody and run in a building and the cops are chasing you, cops might not go in there, but when you get out, there's a good chance they might still be waiting for you. So it's kind of fun little things like that make Mafia really good. And it's a really good story, and you do actually kind of feel like you're watching a mob movie. The cinematics are great. So, I mean, there's no reason not to pick the game up. Even if you have to wait till it goes on sale or anything like that. I mean, you will love Mafia 2. I guarantee it. If you like open world, having fun, that's it for you.
And apparently there are a lot of brag clips on OnLive that
yes, there's a lot of questionable brag clips that aren't for like the younger children.
I have to be honest. After reading the forum, I guess there's like Playboy, like old Playboy photos that you can like look at throughout the game. And so I guess people have been making brag clips about it and posting them on OnLive, and you can go and watch them. And so I saw the forum thread, and I was like, what the hell? So I kind of went on OnLive and like skimmed through them a little bit. I couldn't find any, and so I kind of gave up after a few minutes.
Yeah, well, I don't know if OnLive if they go through and clear some of those out, but they do kind of come in waves. You'll see them, and then it's like, oh well. But like for me, it's like, well, who hasn't gone into the parents' closet and found them? But it is kind of a questionable thing. Honestly, me being who I am, I'm not a fan of censorship. I mean, kids see worse on TV anyways, so what does it matter? But, there's those few who, they are heavily into censorship and all that, and, I could do with or without them. I don't care as long as I'm playing the game. I'm not going to go searching for Playboys, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, actually, I recently found out that they have an 18 plus block on. If you try to sign up and you put the birth date wrong, it'll actually block you, and you have to restart your browser and everything.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so anyone under 18 isn't going to be signing up too soon. They'll probably fix it later.
Well, I think
get your parents' permission anyways.
I think it's interesting that
you don't mind.
Kids would be getting on anyways, so you have to have a credit card.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've never really toyed with it, and I don't even know if they have it, but I think they should have some sort of parental controls within the system, because I have my son. He's 9, and he plays video games all the time. And so, sometimes he'll get on OnLive, and he likes what is it, the Lego Batman game? I think they have on OnLive. So he plays that a lot. But I mean, right next to that, I mean, there's Mafia 2, for instance. So he could get on that and play it, and he never has. And we keep pretty good tabs on him when he's playing video games and everything, and we don't let him play anything that he shouldn't. But it would be nice just to be able to set some sort of permissions and just say you only can play whatever rated games